Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you stopping by. And I just want to say thanks so much for over 150 channel views. I think as of this moment I'm at about 177, which is incredible to me. That's about over 25 views a video. Truly insane. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. Again, I've wanted to do this for a while, and so just to be able to have any channel views at all is really something to me. So thank you again for that. And we're going to be looking at a new family to renovate. We're moving on to the Vatore family. This is how they look prior to any renovations. I don't actually do their physical renovations until in the second part, but this is going to be just their speed build of their home. But again, wanted to kind of show you how they look before we get into that. So this is the original EA description that they are also given, and I again made a whole backstory full of lore, and I will be describing that to you as the speed build goes on. But the original EA description reads, the Vatore siblings moved into Forgotten Hollow a few years ago and are striving to make it their home. This can be quite challenging at times since they are not exactly on the best terms with Vlad Strahd, but when asked they only ever mention a difference in their culinary tastes. So basically that means Vlad likes to bite other Sims to get plasma, which is basically Sim blood, because that's how vampire Sims are able to eat. They can't eat regular food, they must drink plasma. So Vlad will go up to a Sim and bite their neck, and that's that. The Vatores really aren't about that life. They morally don't accept that, and so they like to use fish and frogs and just regular plasma fruit to be satiated that way. They kind of want to be the good vampires, while Vlad doesn't really give a hell. And the original manor is called Wolfsbane Manor, and it says, this Italianate Victorian manor is large enough to really stretch your wings. Its upscale decor will suit those with a taste for fine design. So this is the original home that they are living in right now. It's not my favorite. I don't like the doily looking thing on the roof. I feel like it's much too big for, again, the kind of home that I was trying to put in my head, like for the lore. So I do end up switching out the house like we did for Vlad, and this is called Water Tower Way. So thank you to the original person that made this. I do end up just using this unfurnished and using the shell, and it's a really cool shell. There's like this really cool porch ladder thing that goes down to the basement, because there is a basement level for this. Very cool. I just really like that. I've never seen something like that in a build, so I feel like it's really creative, and I was really pleased that that was in the original build. I end up using like this cobblestone exterior wall paint, if you would call that, to again make it look a little old, like it's been built a few hundred years ago. And I'm kind of just switching the swatches from white to a dark brown. I feel like using darker colors, especially to kind of contrast the cobblestone, helps make it look, again, a little more old, a little more gothic. Like maybe it could be white if they decided to repaint everything, but not that they don't take care of this home, but it is just an old home. It's been passed down from generation to generation, and this is going to be called Grandma Vatore's. And the backstory goes that Lilith and Caleb were adopted by a family of non-vampires, and when they were of age, Grandma Vatore sadly passed away, but she left them the old family home that has been passed down from generation to generation. Now, Lilith and Caleb don't really know much about their family other than they're vampires, the two of them, and they never really knew why or how, or never got that really explained to them. And so once they moved into this house, they found the basement and the coffins in the basement, and the epitaphs, which is the little engravings on the coffins, mention old Vatore ancestors. And so they kind of are realizing about their family, about their family's past, and maybe how they became vampires in the first place. And so pretty cool. I'm really proud of that backstory. There is no grandma. I'm thinking I might make the ghost of the grandma like live here. I think that would be kind of cool. I do have a cemetery build in Willow Creek, so I'll probably bury her there because that's where I plan to bury all of my Sims. But yeah, really just a basic build if I'm honest. I mean, not to say that to the person, but just like it's supposed to be just like a simple kind of gothic home. And so again, dark features like a dark wood kind of helps get that across in my mind. I don't know if I changed the roofing. I probably should have. It looks a little weird. But kind of, yeah, just changing everything to a dark wood to give it that kind of aesthetic. Putting in some top windows. I feel like that's also like a really big um, gothic thing to do. It kind of looks like a warlock or witch's manor. Kind of gives it a spooky feel, in my opinion. So yeah, Lilith and Caleb kind of when they moved in, there was furniture that their grandma left, or that their family had left. And they're kind of just like the last descendants of the Vatores. Oh, okay, good. I did change the roofing. Good for me. Um, so yeah, they're kind of interested in becoming the best vampires they can, meaning they don't want to be like a grand vampire like Vlad, but they want to be good vampires. And so they're trying to like set a good example for their family to come, and just trying to learn more about their family's past by unlocking the secrets that the house holds. And so again, trying to give it kind of like an old ancient feel, a little spooky, but also kind of that cozy family home vibe. And everything like that. So for some reason, when I unfurnished the home, those plants stuck around on the walls. Not really sure. I do take those off though. And just again, using a lot of cobblestone to kind of get across the feel that it's an old home. Hasn't really been renovated a lot. And again, there's going to be 2 bedrooms upstairs that aren't really going to be used because vampires can't use beds. These rooms right here are going to be where their coffins are. And this is the basement area where they're just going to have a little bit of a living room moment. The first floor is a little cramped, and there's going to be a giant piano. Again, I feel like a lot of the furniture that we're seeing being put in right now has always been there. That the grandma Vatore and the rest of the family kind of left behind. But yeah, Grandma Vatore was the last living one, and she knew that she had grandchildren, and she decided to leave it in their name. And once they were old enough, they were able to move in. So just kind of renovating it to be a newish home, not a lot of furniture, but also again like the furniture that is in there is quite old and aged because it's an old home. So kind of giving it a little double moment of it's ancient. I don't know why I keep saying ancient because that makes it sound like the Colosseum ruins or something, but like just kind of like an old-fashioned home. It's a few hundred years old, and again, like Grandma Vatore was very old-fashioned, and so she has a bit of like old-fashioned furniture and all that good stuff. So going through and kind of trying to match the color schemes and everything. I didn't really have the best inspiration for this home, so I honestly that's why I kind of went with the simplistic theme, putting up some family portraits. Again, they're learning more about their family, and they really haven't learned much because they had an adoptive family, and a lot of their family members aren't with us anymore. With us personally in the world. And so again, Grandma Vatore's ghost is going to be walking around, but other than that, it's just Caleb and Lilith, and they want to be again good vampires to spread that legacy, and just be the best vampires they can be to set that good example. And so this is kind of like the living room area. Again, kind of old-fashioned furniture to get across that it was Grandma Vatore's stuff, but obviously like they brought in the game console and maybe that like modern-ish looking bookshelf. And I do put a computer over by the front of the sliding door, and so they also probably brought that computer in because I doubt Grandma Vatore used any sort of electronics like that. They brought the TV and everything like that, but the desk itself, and the couch and the chest of drawers and all of that, the table, that piano, all of that stuff was already there. And so again, we're making little coffin rooms for them, and that's where they're going to be sleeping. Again, they found that when they first moved in, and were like, whoa, I guess it's been a part of our family for a while. And so it kind of also helps them feel at ease that they aren't so alone. It kind of helps them feel more at home, because again, they never really knew anything about their family. They thought it was just the two of them. And so even though it is physically just the two of them, like, they know in their hearts that they have these ancestors that were like them and everything like that. So I also gave this like wooden plank paneling in some of the rooms, just again to kind of give it a different look and also make it look aged still. I feel like cobblestone in every single room was a bit much, so I tried to switch it up a little bit, but still give some old, furniture. Like the bathroom, there's like, it looks a little like some old plumbing. The shower and the sink aren't like modern. And now I'm just going through and putting in random stuff. The bedrooms, again, just have a random dresser and a bed because they don't really use it. They're just kind of empty. I do end up making them skill rooms for their careers. So in the part 2 of this series, I will be showing you that. I did post this on the gallery if you are interested. I did forget to give it some traits and lot challenges and all that. So I did make it spooky, obviously. It's a research place. I believe that's what those books are. It just means that your skills grow faster than usual. I also made it a vampire nexus, which means that vampires are more likely to visit the lot. Right now it's just Vlad, and they're not really the biggest fan of him, so oopsies. But later on, when we start doing more aspirations and storylines and stuff, once we're done with this freaking base save file, then we will finally be able to make some more vampires and have them hopefully be able to visit this lot. That would be pretty cool. And so I'm also making it a science layer because I believe Caleb is a scientist, and so he'll be able to kind of learn logic and scientific studies better. And so, yeah, that's the house. And again, I put it on the gallery. I wrote a little description for it. So again, Grandma Vatore's has about 4 bedrooms because I counted the 2 upstairs and the 2 in the basement where the coffins are, and just 1 bathroom because vampire Sims can't use the toilet, but they shower and they need a shower, so I did give them a little bathroom. And my description for Grandma Vatore's is, this decrepit and somewhat cozy manor was passed down from generation to generation in a family of vampires. Trying to disguise itself as a normal home, the basement holds some secret rooms to let the vampire residents hibernate and be themselves. So a little bit like Vlad's, but just more of a homey experience, not as gothic. Again, like it said, trying to kind of blend itself into the rest of the world, but obviously it kind of looks a little spooky. It looks like something's going on in there, so there is some secrets to unfold. But anyway, that is the end of the speed build. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.